Hey Jackson.
Hey Nate.
So we're doing a podcast, I guess.
We are. I was actually pretty excited for this. I've never done this before.
I'm pretty excited for the game in mind too.
Oh, what game could we possibly be talking about,
Well, Fallout 4, of course.
Oh man. Technically the second time I saw the trailer, because the first time I was in bad conditions, but the second time I actually had tears. I won't admit. I won't hide it. I had tears. I had a couple tears of joy. There.
So you guys, I don't know if you follow me or Jackson. You might just be watching this video on our channel just because you want to see it, posted. But me and Jackson are huge Fallout lovers, pretty much. We're just there. I mean, I don't post so much on my channel because it's old. No one really wants to see it. But Fallout 3 is my favorite game, and Fallout 4 is going to be in Boston. What do you think on the location, Jackson?
I think that the location is awesome because it's pretty close to Washington, D.C., which that will allude to they can probably add a lot of Easter eggs that are from Fallout 3 because of the close locations. So there'll probably be, the classic Brotherhood of Steel will be there. There'll probably be, a lot of the known places and factions from Fallout 3 will be present in Fallout 4. It was hard with Fallout New Vegas to do that because it was on the other side of the country, so they had to basically come up with new ideas for every single thing, like the New California Republic that was like all new, just all that stuff is all new. But
I think they'll probably be bringing a lot of new stuff as well.
It will, yeah, definitely. But there'll also be the illusions that'll make you go like all excited and stuff, like, I remember
this from Fallout.
Yeah, they'll have all those too.
I think that Bethesda made it sound like they really wanted this game to sort of be different than Fallout 3, which brings me to, I guess, our first point, or maybe second, because we just talked about location, which is, how do you feel about a voiced main character? Because it's a big controversy with the community. Some people like it, some people don't, Some people are like, oh, that just ruins the Fallout, and some people are like, I like that Bethesda's trying new stuff. How do you feel about that?
I don't even know if it will even be a thing unless they actually announce that somewhere, but it might just be something for the trailer, just to make the trailer a little bit more boomy. But if they are, then I'm definitely for it because I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Far Cry a little bit, like when you're doing quests. I think that'd be really cool if when you clicked on a answer, the guy voiced it. It'd be different, and if they got the right voice actors, I think it'd be really cool.
Now, with my opinion on this, I have a really long. I'm kind of split between it, but I think that every Fallout you'll be able to customize your character. So I wonder if you'll be able to adjust pitch of the voice and stuff, so you could change it to fit your character more, or if it's just going to be the same. Or what if you could have the option to turn it off, so that would fit. If the people who don't want it could just have it off, and people who do want it could turn it on.
That would be an awesome option, yeah.
I just got a message on Skype. I gotta mute that on Do Not Disturb. But yeah, I really think that... I think it could be a good idea. I think it's worth a shot. I like that Bethesda's trying new things. A lot of people are just like, oh no, it won't. Because, when you're playing in Fallout 3 or New Vegas... not really too much with the old Fallouts, but with the newer ones, you play them and then you kind of portray yourself onto that character, so to speak.
Yeah, your own voice in your own head comes out when you want to say those things.
Yeah, and you're just you'll be like, some little kid comes up and asks you for some spare water, and you go, hey man, fuck you, get your own damn water.
Yeah,
and
right in the beginning of the game.
Did you ever play the mission where you have to enslave the little girl?
Oh yeah, that was the best mission.
I was laughing so hard when I did that, and everything my character said, I was just laughing because it felt like I was saying it. and not that I'm saying I'm gonna go enslave children, but it was fun to sort of act it out.
You can also sort of build a voice in your head off of how you customize your character in the first place. Like if I make an old rusty kind of dude that looks like he's been through a lot, I can kind of imagine what his voice would be like. Or if I create like a younger woman or something, it's not always your voice, but it's kind of something you imagine in your head right when you created your character. Kind of sticks.
Yeah, totally. I think it could be worth a shot. And back real quick onto the location. Boston, dude.
Accents.
Dude, not even just that. I used to live in Boston. Like, not even too long ago. Like, what? It's like, what, 5 months ago?
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Like, 5 months ago. And I live just outside it right now, so who knows? Maybe I could, maybe my gaming setup will be portrayed in Fallout. Doubt it, but...
Doubt it. You might see some weird dudes in a van, like, driving down the road, taking pictures of the inside of people's houses.
It says Fallout 4 on it.
Yeah.
Now, there were tons of cool landmarks, if you saw it in the trailer. There was, just to name a few, there was the USS Constitution, there was, which looked insane. I'm going to put a picture up on
big rockets.
Screen.
Yeah.
Big rockets on the back. Oh, that looks so insane. There was the Bunker Hill Monument. I've been there plenty of times, and it's spot on. It looks so insane. Boston looks pretty like the nuke didn't really hit Boston. It hit near it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look just because like all the like I wonder if they're overdoing it with monuments, but personally I really don't care.
Right.
I
the
think
map
that
looks
that's
like it's gonna
kind of
be huge, so it could accommodate
They said it was going to be 4 times, I think 4, maybe it was twice. I think it was 4 times the size of the Skyrim map.
That's insane. Yeah. That is crazy.
They had the city. The city looked awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful with colors and stuff.
Which, I'm going to come back to the city in just a second. The State House and Fenway Park. Did you see Diamond City?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That looked awesome. I thought that was a really awesome idea. But back to the city. The Institute.
Right.
What are your opinions on that?
The Institute. I think it's awesome. I think a lot of, like, maybe allusions to the... to like the experiments that they would do in the vaults and stuff maybe will come from there or something, like a lot of the creepy technology and stuff that comes
yeah, that's what like sort of the Institute was based off. They had do you remember Dr. Zimmer from Fallout 3?
Yes, I do.
He was, I think he was an android himself, but he actually was looking for androids, saying he was from the Commonwealth, aka Massachusetts, and he was working for the Institute. So I think that there might be side quests, or maybe even main quests, involving androids. Which takes me to the picture in the thumbnail. You've seen that guy. I mean, you made the thumbnail, right?
You think he's an android?
Lots are speculating that, because if you look at it, his left hand,
right,
it's not a hand. It's just a bar. Looks like he got blown off. And if you... But, I'm getting ahead of myself. And if you zoom in, if you get the uncompressed version of the trailer, which I don't know if you've seen, but it's insane. You can zoom in on his face because it's like 4K, and you can see he looks just like an android, just kind of a messed up one. But what about the controversy on graphics?
I mean, you know, if you played Elder Scrolls and you were like a big Oblivion fan, and then when Skyrim came out, and you were just like, okay, yeah, the graphics are pretty much the same, they're a little bit better, but that's fine. But then with this, if you're like, okay, the upgrade from Fallout 3 to Fallout 4 is immensely better, like the shaders are just way better, and I think the graphics aren't like crazy better, but they are better. But I think what's standing out and people aren't noticing is just how much better the lighting is, I think.
Definitely.
And the lighting just makes it look crazy better to see. And I mean, it's not the sole purpose of Fallout to make everything look beautiful and nice. You know, everything's supposed to be all trashed and brown and like algae green colors. But
they did add lots more color. But
yeah,
if you, a lot of people are saying the graphics are bad. Personally, I completely disagree. Because if you look at like I said, the uncompressed version of the trailer, it's not YouTube compressed, so I can't put it up and show you guys. But if you download it, it's so nice. It looks like a totally new game. It's just nice. It's I'm in love with it.
It's beautiful.
And so what about the garage? What did you think about the garage?
Oh, that's the part where I broke down a little bit. I had a couple tears. It was after the screen went black, and then the music got quiet. But the garage was really cool. I don't know if that's maybe like if they're hinting maybe like you'll have a little base camp or something like you can go back to in the game. You can have homes and stuff, that'd be cool if you could. But maybe like the power armor that's hanging on the shelf. I was watching some other videos and some people talked about how maybe you'll be able to customize armor or something. Maybe you'll be able to do a little bit more with it instead of just finding it and applying it to your character. Maybe you'll be able to have a little bit more customizable options. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and
what the garage
there was
maybe
also,
represented.
if you saw it, there was multiple things leading to what you said, it being sort of a base.
Yeah.
Because there was a bed in there. There was a customized rifle that you see the protagonist carry in the end. And it's the same rifle, it's all customized, so that definitely proves that weapon customization is going to be a thing. There was dismantled weapons on the wall, a dismantled minigun on the ground. There was do you remember the Your Special book? And all those perks? There was a Your Special book.
And there was the wall of...
somewhere on the floor there. Yeah,
there was the wall
magazines,
of perks. Yeah.
The bobblehead.
Right.
Lots of things sort of pointing to you might have a base there. You know. But a lot of people are kind of split on Fallout 4. And I think it's definitely, it might even rival Fallout 3 for me. It might be my favorite game. It looks so nice, and if the story's good, I really hope the story's good, because then that would just make the game. If the story's good, it's my favorite game. If it's not, then
right,
you know, because Fallout 3 had an amazing story in my opinion.
Bethesda isn't really one for letting you down with bad stories. They've really gone well with writing stories. Like all the Elder Scrolls are amazing stories. Fallout 3 was an amazing story. New Vegas was a little bit less of a good story, but it was still good. So I'm guessing it's going to be an amazing story.
I really, there's so much stuff to talk about. Did you see the dismantled Mr. Handy in the trailer, in the garage?
Yes, I did.
People are saying on Reddit and stuff that dismantled Mr. Handy may mean that you could take apart robots and maybe make new robots, or maybe make weapons out of the robots. I think new robots that could sort of follow you around, you can make like an army. Would be
you could have companion robots. I think that would be a cool thing if you can get companions that would be like, you could find out there, like kill them or whatever, rebuild them and program them to follow you. Yeah. Something I kind of saw in the trailer that I wanted to point out. It's not really like something big to talk about, but when the dog is going through the baby's room, and he's sniffing the rocket that's on the string. When it shows the baby playing with the 3 rockets, there's a lot of symbolism right there. The baby represents like the new generations and how they're playing with the weapons, and then when it switches to the aftermath, 2 of the rockets are gone and 1's left, and 2 of the rockets are when we shot the nukes at each other, and then the ones left is just whoever's still alive. I thought that was a lot of symbolism right there. Megaton, yep, that was the last rocket.
Until I blew it up. I was just thinking of something. Now I lost my train of thought.
How could you?
It had. What was I gonna? I was gonna say. Oh, I saw something. I've not seen a single video cover this, and it is probably the biggest sort of spoiler, sort of reveal that was so small to pick up. But I was I picked it up with I was watching the trailer again with my friend Jason today, and oh my god, you're gonna shit your pants when I tell you this. So right. You know how when they look at the Vault 111, right? Yeah. If you look on the left side, it says something along the lines of human, like preservation, something like that. And what's groundbreaking about that is a lot of people were thinking that the protagonist and the father in the Before the War were the same person, and then they were like, oh well, it couldn't be, it's hundreds of years later, which is agreeable, but then they were like, maybe he's an android because it's in the Commonwealth. And then yeah, I'm thinking people have talked about this, but not with that proof of the vault. I'm thinking Vault 111's his home. Somehow he manages to get in there before he gets nuked. And
he's
preservation, yeah, I think that he's in like a cryogenic sort of state. And that's how he survives. And maybe his wife and child didn't die. But I think that you play as the father. Or maybe if you're the mom, you play as the your girl version. Your girl character will be the mom.
Yeah, that's a really good point. But the thing, I don't know, like the you customize your character in the beginning, so you can technically make him be however you want. But so I guess that would just be the character in the trailer would just be the filler for.
Or what if you what if that's like the beginning of the game, like when you launch up the game, and what if you customize your character before then? So whatever you customize your character to be will look like that in the
that would be awesome. Yeah.
And then the wife, or if you pick the wife, then the guy would look the same, but if you pick the guy, then the wife would look the same, but your guy would look different. I think that could be really cool. I mean, to be honest, with Bethesda, you don't really know what to think, expect, rough lines.
Definitely, yeah.
Now, another thing I want to bring up is release date. When do you think it's going to be released?
Did you say before that all of the other ones have been in October?
Yeah, I did.
So I'm thinking either October or, around Christmas time would definitely make sense.
Well, on the pages like that, Amazon, they guarantee it by December 31st. So that means it's guaranteed it's coming out this year. Mm-hmm. But there's a source from the Mr. Matty Plays. There's a source from him when he would leak release dates. It would come from this GameStop in Italy that would always get it right. Like, I think he did 2 games before, and the release dates were right. And this release date is just... It's too good to be coincidence, right?
Okay.
Because the date of the release date is October 23rd.
Wow.
What happened on October 23rd, you ask? The Great War happened on October 23rd. And, like you said, every other game's been released in October. Oh, hi, email. Every other game's been released in October. And Bethesda, especially with Skyrim was announced 2 months before it released. So they really like to surprise their audience. So I'm thinking, I'm going with, I'd put money on October 23rd, 2015.
That would be so amazing if they did that. It would make the fans go crazy. That's why the fan base for Fallout 4 is so addicted to it.
And it's on a lot of games have been slowly starting to release on Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a Friday.
Oh, it is.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think not.
Yeah. I think they originally wanted to do it for Fallout 3, release it on October 23rd. They had to release it a few days later because of setbacks. So they were bummed about that. Mm. So I'm thinking maybe they're trying to make a comeback. Not fail this time,
Yeah, and also with, all the cutscenes and the nuke and stuff, like, it would totally make sense if you bought it on October 23rd and you started playing it on October 23rd and you watched those cutscenes happen, and that takes place on October 23rd. So, because in Fallout 3 you never saw any of that. It's all after. And this could show like right before and during and then after.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be, probably, if it comes out this year, which it most likely is, it will probably make Game of the Year. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look at the trailer. The trailer has been out for a little over a week, and it already has over 14 million views, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just under 14 million, but still, in a week, that's crazy.
It'll definitely have some big competitors, though. I think Star Wars Battlefront 3 will be a huge competitor, because everyone's excited for that.
Well, don't get me wrong, but I think that's gonna be a great game and all. But I really think Fallout is kind of anticipated, you know what I mean? Like, Battlefront was kind of like, it was anticipated, but not as much as a lot of Fallout fans anticipate Fallout 4, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, no one, like, go back 5 years, when were people talking about Star Wars Battlefront 5 years ago? Saying, no, I can't wait till it's released, trying to look up leaked gameplays? maybe a few.
Maybe a few.
But
actually, there was one. They were gonna make a third one, but it got canceled right before Disney bought it. Right before Disney bought the Lucasfilms.
I think. All right. Other topics include. What about the lighting? How do you feel about the lighting? I really loved it. We were talking about this earlier.
Shaders lighting, it looks beautiful. Like
how it would shine through every crack.
Totally, yeah, and just like this, the screen cap we have for the thumbnail, the light post shining down on the character there, just that you can just see the shading in the air. You can see the dust in the air, like the mist or whatever that's like clogging up there. You can see how kind of gross it is, even though the picture looks beautiful. Yeah.
What about airships, vehicles? Do you think we're going to be able to drive and or fly vehicles?
I definitely think that the Zeppelins are going to be a mass transit system. I definitely think that will happen.
Those giant airships.
Yeah, that would be really cool if the Commonwealth had
if this map is as big as they say it is, you're going to need some sort of transportation.
Definitely, I think that's what they were thinking too.
What if? Now this is just a big what if. What if you could take not only robots into your garage, but what if you could like make cars and motorcycles?
It'd be kind of like Mad Max almost.
Yeah. Because you know that the Raiders actually in Fallout are based off Mad Max.
Mm-hmm.
So how cool would it be if a group of Raiders came up in these decked out cars and just try to attack you?
Yeah, you could be raided at your base and stuff while you're there, and stuff like random events would happen like that. I think that would be an awesome idea. Because since the map is so huge and Fallout has lacked it in the past, like a vehicle would be a really awesome update and a really awesome, amazing thing to add.
And on top of that, in the trailer you see a lot more vehicle activity than you would expect. Like
all the helicopters.
All the helicopters. There's towards the end you're actually flying in one, just holding on. That maybe it might not be you flying, but everyone was like, oh, maybe it's the Enclave. But if you looked at that shot, it was the Brotherhood of Steel armor. So I was
totally.
Brotherhood of Steel. All right, so aerial vehicles is the subject we were on before we cut it real quick. So Brotherhood of Steel, they're getting more advanced.
I think that it would be really cool if there was like some air battles or something between Enclave and Brotherhood of Steel or Enclave and Commonwealth. That would be.
I don't even know if the Enclave's going to be in it.
Right, they're more southern.
And it could be just the Commonwealth, not the Commonwealth. That's the area, but the Institute versus the Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
That could be kind of sick too. And
that would be really cool because it would be high tech versus just crazy manpower.
Yeah.
Of the
what about? And they're pretty high tech, I guess.
Well, they are, but yeah.
What about? All right. So in Fallout 3, you had the good path you could choose, right? Right. And you had the good karma and the bad karma. Bad karma would refer to blowing up Megaton, pretty much killing anyone you wanted, enslaving people, stuff like that. While the good path was, not blowing up Megaton, killing only bad people. What do you think? I mean, we all know what the good one's going to be, sort of. We have a rough idea. You'll probably fight the Institute with the Brotherhood, something along that lines. What do you think the bad one's going to be? Do you think you would join the Institute? You think that, because you never joined the Enclave for the bad path, really, at all, but you joined Tenpenny Towers, so you think that there's going to be a third party that's kind of evil? Sort of like Paradise Falls? Yeah,
there's always usually been a third party well, there was a third party in 3 and New Vegas, that was kind of the eviler one. And so I think that, for being the bad guy, if you look at how how much of a horrible character you could be in Fallout 3, imagine how much more they could do in Fallout 4. And so there is definitely probably a hidden third party that we haven't found out about yet, or something like that.
Yeah, I liked being mean in Fallout 3, especially enslaving little children and then going to the camps and killing everyone in the camps. Put on some cheat codes every now and then, which is actually the gameplay that people are seeing now. But yeah, I'm really excited for the E3 reveal, which there's been rumors that they're gonna do a 20-minute gameplay of Fallout 4.
Be amazing.
That I would just be so happy.
Hopefully they don't just do the intro, because that would just ruin it for everyone. Maybe they just do like some
no, Bethesda, they're gonna
Yeah.
be really smart. They'll just do walking around the wasteland and killing stuff. They won't reveal any major story plots.
Right.
They're really smart. That's why the voiced protagonist was the thing, because they didn't. It's not just like they added the voice protagonist. It's not just that simple. It's they had to hire someone to do the voice acting for him. They put him in at the end, so that's the last thing that you remember before
screen goes black.
Yeah. So they wanted you to remember that, whether it just be just so you could, be like, let's go, pal, or if you could just be like, is there a voice protagonist? I personally would love the idea. It would make the gameplay, I guess, a lot more immersive if you could turn it off and on.
Definitely.
That would be very nice.
Very nice. Also, with the dog, how we were talking about companions earlier, that'd be cool if you could, it's probably hinting that you'll be able to have, maybe you'll start out with a dog companion or something like that. Like you'll start out with him just following you, because that in the old games, in the old Fallout games, you would pick up dogs as your companions, and that was one of the big like symbols from Fallout 1, the original Fallout, the guy with the Vault 13 shirt and the dog following him. That's the symbolic classic Fallout picture. And then with the 111 with the dog, I think that could be kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Now with gameplay, how do you think mechanics are going to be changed? Do you think any improvements with that? Any mechanics, I guess, that go gameplay? The running looked a lot different. Why am I online again? I went offline. Just saying. The running looked a lot different. If you saw the pre-war, there was a lot more styles. How do you think that's going to play into the game?
I did really enjoy the new running, because I always got annoyed with the movement in the old games, just like how slow you went and you couldn't sprint and stuff like that, But I think that they'll probably definitely aim on trying to improve those kinds of things, because that was one of the kind of more negative areas of the Fallout. And if they do a good job improving just movement and controls and just the gameplay itself, then I think it could just skyrocket.
Gunplay. What about gunplay? Because you have to admit, in Fallout 3, gunplay was... I really liked, I will say, out of all the negatives on the playing, with guns and shooting at people in Fallout 3, I did like how most games, an enemy will only shoot at you if he has a clear line of sight, which isn't really what would happen in a real gunfight. You'd just be shooting at the direction. So I liked how I could be hiding behind a rock and I'd begin laid down by fire.
Yeah, definitely.
But I hated how you'd get up and the gunplay was just so blocky. It wasn't really...
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe they could, when you move the stick and your guy just like moves, it's really blocky, just stops right when you stop moving. Maybe if they add like a little bit of wave, like, I guess, I don't know what you would call that, but like a little bit of movement after you stop, just like kind of give them a little like little push afterwards, and
more
that
recoil,
softens it.
maybe.
Yeah, and it softens it, so it's not just like crazy, just like you said, blocky, like that how it kind of moves.
Yeah.
His point of view.
Now I think this has been going on a long time, but I'm gonna end this off for you and I with
Alrighty.
Just Bethesda. Please make the game good. Please don't just try to survive off the old name, and
right.
Just please, I can't say it enough. Make this worth our wait. I really enjoyed all the Fallouts. I really hope that this is going to be my favorite game. And if you guys aren't already, remember to subscribe to me, Cats4Hats, and Calm Down Level Up, aka Jackson.
Here we go.
And I guess we'll see you guys when Fallout 4 comes out or in another video. Because I don't know if Jackson is, but I'm definitely going to be doing a playthrough on my channel. What about you?
Oh yeah, if I in time, which I probably will, in time, you know, get the right stuff for it, get prepared for it, then yes, PS4. It will definitely be happening. Yes, PS4 probably, and I'm probably going to go for that capture card that you used too.
Yeah. Alright, you guys, I guess thanks for watching if you've watched this far. We'll see you when Fallout 4 comes out. I'll see you, I'll see you later. Fellow
Thank you all for listening.
Wastelanders, I guess.
Fellow Wastelanders.
Fallout lovers, everyone. I guess we're gonna be going.
Fellow Brothers of Steel.
Yes. Alright, we'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.